year was 1996. August 1996, to be precise. The idea of the Icpau annual seminar had come to life. The event architects at the time sought to provide a unique learning experience for accountants, blending CPD with leisure and recreation to allow for holistic professional development. 30 years later, the annual seminar thrives, picking up the pace as the most popular event on the accountant's calendar and the largest gathering of professionals in Uganda. What's unique about this annual seminar? One asks, what's the annual seminar thrill that is the subject of accountants' conversations across Uganda? Come, let's indulge you in a story. A story covering 30 years of fun, learning, nurturing relationships, and holistic CPD.
My name is John Muhaise, a certified public accountant of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. I've been a member since 1995 and I've been an active member of the Institute since then. The first members of the Institute were mainly from the big accountants bodies like ACCA, CPK, Kenya, CIMA, CA, Scotland, and they had programs for CPD, but these programs were mainly focused on foreign economies, and we didn't have much in this country for the continuous development of our members. And we didn't have a body by then in the 80s and early 90s, but then Icpau was formed and we all joined the local institute. So the challenge we had, how do we ensure our members' knowledge and experience is supplemented and they are kept up to date with whatever development is happening locally and globally and regionally. So we came out with an idea of having conferences. One of them was the annual seminar. The annual seminar was pulled together all the members of the institute once a year to exchange ideas about the profession, educate ourselves about any key development in the profession, in addition to networking, to know each other. Because if you're in business or you're doing professional work, you have got to know your colleagues so that you can be able to render good professional work. Having annual seminar in the country was not something we are used to. We used to go to attend annual seminars in other countries. So to begin with, it was a trial. We said, let's try to organize one, which we did. It was quite challenging. We had to persuade the members of the institute by then that we could do it. At that time, I offered to organize through the committee known as Events Committee, to organize the first seminar. So the organization involved contacting the members about the annual seminar, agreeing with the agendas of the annual seminar, and selecting the speakers of the annual seminar, including those who will chair the different topics, and also agreeing on the venue. Fortunately and unfortunately, by then we are quite few. For the first annual seminar, there were about 40 members, so this could be held in any town. The first one was held in Mbarara. Unfortunately, I didn't attend because I was in Nairobi, but from Mbarara, the subsequent seminars have been held in Entebbe because our numbers have been increasing. From the initial 40 members, I think now as we talk, we are having over 2,000, around 2,000 people attending the annual seminar. The key challenges obviously have been mobilizing the members, keeping ourselves up to date, and ensuring the seminar is well funded. Because if you are not well funded, you can't get right speakers, and the members will find the annual seminar a bit boring. So we ensure that in addition to getting contribution from the members, pay fees to attend, we had to bring in the private sector. So we had to engage with the private sector so that they can also contribute. And the benefit to the private sector was to advertise, to have the visibility. For example, as we talk now, if you're a private sector, doesn't matter where you belong. You meet people who are in the accounting profession, point of finance over 2,000. You have something to tell them, because that means you're taking to every organization, government and private sector in this country, the general background. The key activities mainly of the annual seminar, you get what we call a keynote speaker. This is normally a very prominent person, and the keynote speaker, after presenting the speech, he officially opens the seminar. So that's the main activities, to get a keynote speaker and also to get the person who close. We have somebody important to open the seminar, and we also get something important to close the seminar. And in between, we have got the seminar function, that's a presentation on different topics. And in the evening, we have got usual networking activities. And on Thursday of the annual seminar, we normally have good networking activities of all the members. Members come, people go swimming, go running, football, joy sailing, purely to ensure there's good networking so the members come to know each other, because you can't do much as an organization unless you know each other. So the key activities was get a main speaker to give key and note address, and get speakers for the topics in addition to people who chair those topics. Then towards the end, we used to organize what we call the last closing gala. So the main activity is what we call closing gala dinner, which is also attended by a prominent person. There's brief speeches given, there's entertainment. We use to invite important entertainers, which is still the case. So the main activity, if you want to enjoy, is make sure you are there at a gala, make sure you are there at the opening, and make sure you attend the presentation. They are quite educative and informative.
Dear CPAs, countrymen and members of the region, my name is CPA David Serebe, currently the chairman of the Events Management Committee of the Institute. As we move into the 30th annual seminar for the Institute, my memory takes me back to the journey of the annual seminar of the Icpau. It started 30 years ago. I was not present the first few. Maybe I've attended it for the last 20 or so years. I started out as a general participant, then eventually I started chairing sessions, and I became a director of ceremonies, which is commonly known as the master of ceremonies for days. Right now I'm the chairman of the committee that puts together these events for the Institute. The journey of the annual seminar has been long, varied, and very exciting. When we started, I know that the first one, which took place in Mbarara town, now in Mbarara city, attracted 42 participants, and not all of them were members. There were about 18 members, and at that time it was expected that every member had a spouse. So every member was expected to attend with their spouse, and everyone did that actually. Then we were joined by colleagues from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Scotland and a few other professionals to make the total attendance 42. As of now, the number is like 50 times that. In the beginning, the basic arrangement was for a professional discourse, but members had a creative way of loosening up, especially in the evenings. They would organize entertainment for themselves, and when we started hosting it in Entebbe, when the numbers required that we hold it as near Kampala as possible, we started going to Entebbe, but along the way there have been some other locations. I think during the COVID, either 2020 or 2021, we held it at Africana in Kampala. Then at one time we held it in Munyonyo. But when we started going to Entebbe, the evenings were self-managed. People used to go to a nightclub near Nkumba University and enjoy the company of the local club goers there. But then as time went on, we eventually introduced new activities during the days, especially the second day. We have a free afternoon for people to do what in local terms is called Duiro, including aerobics, walking, jogging, sports like football, beach soccer, and so on and so forth. And the evenings are now spiced up by the entertainers from the creative world in Uganda. We've been honored to have great presenters, the Professor Lumumba, Excellency Zuma, one-time presenter to us, many people from IFAC, from the PAFA, and regional institutes. So we are excited to be having the 30th version and expect you colleagues in the profession, other professions in the business world, and the nation at large or the region at large to come and join us.
I have been a member of the Institute from inception, right from 1995, I believe. I was one of the founding members of the Institute, and I'm very happy to be able to say a few things regarding our annual seminars. The Institute has now run annual seminars for the last 30 years or so, and what we have now is quite different from what we used to have during the early years. During the early years, a lot of our seminars had many technical issues that were being presented, particularly developments regarding accounting standards and all the issues around auditing, and accounting standards worldwide. But now we do not have this in the annual seminar. And because of the change that the Institute made, many members were attracted to come and attend the annual seminar because the topics that were being presented were topics that would speak to many members directly, either at individual level or at family level or at business level. Many of the issues were suggested by members themselves, and some of those were to do with growth and development in businesses. Others were to do with the health status of members or family members. And therefore, many of those topics became quite attractive. And because Institute was able to get very good speakers, it attracted many members to be able to come and attend these seminars. So the status of the seminars have been very much enhanced, mainly because of that. Initially, we had issues to do with the funding because we were very few members in the first place, and our annual contributions were very small. So many of us were forced to talk to sponsors, as well as a number of institutions that were willing to give donations to the Institute, like Bank of Uganda and a number of others, NSSF and so on. So those have been great partners in enabling the Institute to organize these seminars. And I'm very happy that they have continued to be part and parcel of the organization of the seminars. I think the seminars have been worth organizing because many members, I think, have gained quite a lot at the personal level, because many of the subjects, as I said earlier, speak to people directly, either regarding their health issues or regarding businesses they may be planning to carry out, or farming activities, a number of others. And so people have been anxious to be able to make suggestions on what topics need to be presented and what they feel is more value adding, so that the seminars can continue to help members to be able to grow in the profession, but also to improve on their CPD requirements. And also because the Institute started to enforce CPD arrangements much more strictly, that also enabled members to be more attracted to come, so that they could build their CPD requirements, and therefore at the end of each year or each period, they're able to account for that and continue to be able to do the business, whether they're practicing, whether they're not practicing. So I think it has been quite useful that has happened. And as a result of that, each time we invite many dignitaries, many of them are willing to come because there's something that is attractive to many people in our societies, in our communities. And therefore, I think it's something commendable that the Institute has continued to do over the last so many years. So if members have got topics, they have got issues that they will want to be presented, I think they're most welcome to make suggestions, as the Institute always asks, so that we can continue to receive presentations that speak to us directly, that enhance values in what we do at all times, that help us to do more networking, and therefore make a lot of sense to professional accountants in the country. And so all of us need to support the development of these seminars in whatever way we can, so that many other young people coming behind us continue to do the work that has been started, so that each generation plays its role in developing this profession, so that we can be recognized in the country and in the region as a good professional institution. Thank you very much.
The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, when we look back down memory lane, a lot has gone under the bridge from where we started in the 1990s as an institute. We had objectives which by and large have been achieved to a great extent. We are a handful of accountants, less than 100. We grew to lately close to 500. Now we are about 3,000 or more, and the number keeps increasing. So one of the things we believe in is continuous professional training, and attending the annual seminars is one of them. So from the time we started, a handful, less than 100, to just over 100, to 500, to 1,000, currently we are 3,000. That's a major achievement in the life history or in the last 30 years of Icpau. The purpose of these annual seminars really is, one, to gain knowledge, not only in accountancy, but also in other areas, so that you can fit into society as you do your job and as you practice your accountancy profession. There's networking, you get to know different people. Then there are different resource persons. They train you on a number of issues. Some of them are lifestyle, some of them are health issues, but most important, it makes the accountant better from time to time and continuously without ceasing. Now, if you look at the topics are very engaging. They make you an all-round person, one, professionally, two, socially, and they also improve your intellect and the general outlook towards life. And I commend the Secretariat that over the years, all what we had always talked about is continuous improvement. Otherwise, if the next generations that come of accountants can't be better than their predecessors, there's no need for successive generations. And these seminars, we always emphasize what an accountant should be. Should go beyond numbers, should be able to interpret what is underlying the numbers and add value to the organizations they work for. They should always be able to think on their feet. If you look around, currently we have quite a number of accountants in leadership positions in different industries, not only in accountancy. Yes, the accountancy profession through these seminars has done a great job in leading and empowering the profession and the accountant of the future. I thank you.
Good evening, members. CPA Protazio Wegumsa is my name, the 7th president of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. In my regime as the 7th president, these are some of the few things that I noted. One is serious growth in attendance. The numbers attending the annual seminar increased so much that we got worried of where to host them. Fortunately, technology helps us and members started attending online, but also we had thought of developing our land in Rugoa, and according to the master plan, we were supposed to have an event center that could house as many as 5,000. The annual seminar is significant social value where accountants from all corners meet. I can give an example. Our BCom class of 1989, we don't normally get chance to meet our colleagues, but in these annual seminars, once at least 8 to 10 of us always meet. We always enjoy having a picture. We take our picture together and we really enjoy the moment. It's the time when I see Dr. Albert Otete, Honorable David Shabomwe, myself, Madam Agatha Chom, Madam Praxeda Namirimo, Edgar Isingoma, William Tudiomurugendo. Sometimes we see George Rwabajungu and a few others. So you imagine if we didn't have this annual seminar, when would I actually get a chance to see them? I also used to enjoy the dancing in the evening. I used to lead a group of dancers. So that's why I'm saying that this annual seminar, especially us, the oldies who like Afrigo songs, Chaka Chaka, Kanda Bongo Man, Kwasa Kwasa, and the like. My partner in that crime included Businje Keremensio of URA. I used to enjoy the choice of topics. Accountants, we get so much engrossed in financials and forget that there is the other life of agriculture, there is the other life of how to manage our personal health, how to manage our businesses. We are fond of managing other people's businesses. So the diverse knowledge that we pick from these annual seminars is of great help to us outside our offices. Those are some of the positives that I remember during my regime as the 7th president. Maybe on the negative, I only remember one incident when those who went for joy sailing, the boat suddenly stopped in the middle of Lake Victoria and we had to scamper looking for people to rescue the team. Fortunately, within a few minutes, everybody had been rescued. I thank you for listening.
So the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda has been around since its formation in the pre-formation stages of 1996. I was already attending their seminars, and even though I was not a member, I was very interested in the activities that were taking place. I would attend the continuous professional developments, but the annual seminar in its size and font. I first attended in 2009, and it was an extremely interesting event of meeting with very many people who matter, people who know what to do, people who are influencing policy and decisions at all kinds of hierarchies. And at first I was a backbencher, but then I came to the front knowing that my contribution and ideas were welcome. And that's how the annual seminar has actually evolved. It has evolved around organizations being able to come together to support. And when I became president of the Institute, I had already been participating in the Financial Reporting Awards in 2011, and before then participating in organizing the CPDs, the seminars, and chairing a number of committees. So by the time I became president in 2018, I had already enough experience and gathered momentum around how to organize it, and the numbers were already overwhelming. We've had numbers that have really been ranging between 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. Now we're nearly hitting the 3,000 mark. And what I've seen with the seminar is an opportunity for organizations to showcase what they are doing. It's also an opportunity for members to exchange ideas and interact with new thinking, and also have an opportunity to influence the way people want to interact and influence their future, and also to give hope to those in the pipeline that are preparing to become professional accountants or are moving into the C-suite to be ready and to know where to tap. So I think that it has been a wonderful journey, and today marking 30 years, seeing all the presidents that have been there before and seeing all the people with whom we have participated is so very encouraging as a nation. And we know we have developed a pipeline that is sustainable, where we're going to have people, even after the 30 years, even at 50 or 100 years, that will look back with the understanding that they have actually been able to participate in the journey of making the profession that is relevant for decision making and for the livelihood of this country, and also being able to influence beyond the borders of the country. Within East Africa, we are very respected, as well as within the entire African region. We're very respected. We hosted in 2017 the African Congress of Accountants, and wow, it was amazing. The whole world came to Africa, and they were amazed at our level of organization and order, and how we delivered that Africa Congress of Accountants 2017. As a matter of fact, when we met in the World Congress in Sydney, everybody was in praise of the Africa Congress of Accountants and how we had organized it. So I'm really happy that we are going further and further, and that the people who were initially in the background have now come to the front to lead the Institute and to lead the discussion around how it develops. So that's my journey as 8th president of the Institute and president between 2018 and 2021.
My name is CPA Constant Othieno Mayende. I am the 9th president of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda. What I remember about the annual seminars is that it has always been an opportunity for CPAs to gather, connect after a long period. And during my presidency, we were coming off the tail end of the COVID-19 pandemic. And really our challenge was, how do we get our people together? So we had to arrange a seminar which was hybrid, with some people being physically on site and others were virtual. So the organization had to be in such a way that we had to get our technology right, because we had to combine and make sure people who are online were communicating with the people who are physically on the ground. And our emphasis during that time was leadership at the tail end of the pandemic. How were accountants expected to provide leadership? And that was really the main gist of our seminars during my term of office as president.
I'm David Shawomwe, member of CPA Uganda, practicing under Team and Company Certified Public Accountants. And at the same time, I am the chairperson, board of directors of the Team University, Kampala, at Kabakanjagara Road. My experience with the CPA seminar dates back to early days when I was a member of council for close to 9 years. And at that time, it was incumbent on council to organize annual seminars. Of course, as a member of council, it was a form of accountability to members that were to participate in it. But thereafter, the annual seminar was voluntary, and it did not have any awards to CPD hours as it is this time. I have witnessed growth in numbers in early years of early 2000 who would attend when the hall would be half full. But these days, the attendance is online, and that time it was mainly residential. But these days we have both residential and online. As Shaoma David, I have benefited from this seminar because there is networking with colleagues in the profession. You know, the accountant profession is not an easy profession, but once we meet after long hours of work of months, we reflect as profession. We reflect the hard times when we were studying together. And since I was heavily involved in the training of accountants, I would also interact with those who were students at previous time. So it was a reflecting environment. So even now, as we attend, we definitely do networking. Networking is both sides. There's networking for business, and there's networking at comradeship. Society as it is, networking at comradeship is also important. Annual seminar is a pride of our association. Is a pride of our association, is a pride of our profession. We as professionals, we have pride. We have lawyers organize theirs, we have engineers organize theirs. So I find it pride for us accountants to also have our annual seminar. So I enjoy it at the level of pride as a profession. Also these days also, I attend annual seminar for CPD's hours also. But also I have found most especially the topics covering personal development, covering personal health, covering personal business growth as very attractive. So not only do we come for other networkings, but also the knowledge you acquire, the exposure we get is actually enriching. So I thank the organizers of the seminar for the good selection of the presenters. And it was also very important for us to have witnessed the presentation, for example, of the first president of CPA Uganda. I managed to work with him when he was no longer president but a member of council. So we are actually very grateful, and how we wish seminars to continue and enrich the members. Thank you very much.
Hi CPAs, my name is CPA Dr. Dorothy Kiaganseka. I'm the Chief Audit Executive at Housing Finance Bank. I've been associated with Icpau around early 2000, and I've actively been attending these conferences. They are enriching conferences. I have seen the evolution over time. In the beginning, we used to emphasize much of technical accounting and things to do with finance. We have been evolving over time, emphasizing risk management, emphasis on ethics and governance also came on board when we were here. Technology and cyber have evolved when we are here, and then now we are talking much about sustainability. So all that evolution and engaging beyond accountancy has really shaped some of us. We've been watching quite a number of presenters, facilitators in all disciplines, in agriculture, in economics, engineering. So with all that, we emerge winners in terms of content, in terms of engagement. We've seen quite a number of institutions come on board. Today, you are talking about over 30 institutions supporting the conference, which is a good thing for us. But personally, also, I've grown in the context that I was able to, for example, last year to present at international level in Washington on ethics and the governance. I've learned the expressions and the demonstrations that other CPAs and other persons who come to this conference, the way they present to us, the way they engage us is something also we take away, and these learnings at a later point manifest. I'm also happy to report that I'm now a doctor, and these all are coming in terms of the few elements and engagements that we've been making, bits and strides, so that we bring the accountancy board over and over. So today accounting, you can see the force has grown. We were few people back, now it is in thousands. We almost can't fit here. But the beauty with these conferences, we talk about things about health and bring on board quite a number of stakeholders around health, which is a good thing because it's not only about the technical aspect of accounting, happy that we have made 30 years, and we pray that many more years are made. And also we progressively, for example, the Economic Forum, progressively contributing to policy matters of the nation, which is really, again, going an extra mile from the comfort zone of accounting. And now I can see also a lot of stakeholder engagements have happened, and also quite a number of accountants here have gone beyond Uganda, have served on East Africa, have served on African level, and others internationally. So all these milestones incrementally are out of these kind of engagements that we make on an annual basis, plus other areas of expertise. I would like to thank you for organizing this session, but also for engaging some of us who have been here for some time. Thank you very much.
I'm Derek Nkajja, Secretary of the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda and the Chief Executive Officer. I am glad to make some few remarks about the celebration of 30 years of gathering professional accountants in Uganda. As we celebrate, I would like to talk about the milestones that we have achieved over the years. We have heard the story that those who attended the first annual seminar in 1996 were in 40s, and half of those were not accountants. We are happy to note that as we speak, as a country, we have over 4,400 professional accountants on the register, and out of those we have seen attendance of our annual seminar coming to over 1,000 professional accountants gathering every year to debate, to interact, to learn, and just to grow the profession. With the success of annual seminar, we have been able to start other conferences. We were able to start the CPA Economic Forum, which made us cover other topics that we were not covering ably in the annual seminar. And recently we were also able to start off the Public Finance Management Conference, all because the annual seminar has grown, and we have been able to cover what the profession needs to cover in detail. As annual seminar grew, we found ourselves with good partnerships. Those partnerships have been able to help us impact the growth of the profession and our economy. We have been able to have constant partners like Bank of Uganda, banks in general, insurance players coming to support the growth of the profession in our country. And we are very grateful, because without those partnerships, probably wouldn't have been able to grow the annual seminar to where it has reached. We continue to seek for more partners in this annual seminar as we continue to aspire to be the excellent professional accountancy body on the continent. We have seen that as the annual seminar continues to grow, members have been able to articulate what continuing professional development is. We have been able to ensure that our members comply with the continuous professional development, commonly referred to as CPD. It's a requirement for all professional accountants to renew their minds, to renew their intellect, to renew their professionalism, to renew the learning of the profession every year, and that has been achieved through our annual seminar. And because of the impact of annual seminar, we have been able to do monthly CPDs where many technical aspects have been covered, and we are very grateful for all members who attend such CPDs.
Hello members, hello CPAs, it's a pleasure to see you. I'm Josephine Okwi Osia, the 10th president of Icpau, and it's good to see all of you here at this annual seminar. So why do we always come to this annual seminar? This seminar gives us an opportunity to network and meet people. It also gives us an opportunity to get technical knowledge, but also further, it makes us relax and collaborate and get out of our office spaces. So for me, attending this seminar over the years has really provided very valuable insights for me. It has helped me to stay abreast with what is happening in the sector, but most importantly, to be able to create networks and collaborations with fellow accountants, academicians, and all policymakers, government officials, and that has enriched my journey as a leader and even my personal growth. So my appeal is make an investment in attending the annual seminar every year, because if I would like to quote Benjamin Franklin, who said that an investment in knowledge pays interest, and indeed investing in the annual seminar will pay a lot of value, it will pay a lot of interest for you and enrich your life. So as I'd introduced myself, I was the 10th president of the Institute, and I would just like to highlight a few of the things that we were able to achieve during that time. Firstly, we activated 4 regional networks. That was Lango, Chigezi, Busoga, and then Teso and Karamoja. We also increased the examination sittings from about 16,200 to 17,657. We had 350 career guidance sessions where we're trying to encourage students to join the profession. We launched the Pro Bono initiative for the micro, small, medium enterprises, where we connect professionals with those enterprises that may need our services and may find it not affordable. We're also able to market to about 750,000 persons about our institute. The students' number grew by 13%, and our income also grew from about 16 billion to about 17.9 billion, roughly 18 billion. But I think the greatest achievement for me is now that we broke ground for the new building. And by November, December this year, that building will be complete. So that's just a summary. There's a lot more, but I just felt I needed to highlight that to you, our members, so that you see how our institute is growing from strength to strength. Thank you.
Hello, CPA David Timothy Diomu, your president. It's a pleasure to have all of you here. And why are we all here? What makes this gathering unique? The annual seminar is the greatest gathering of professional accountants, and not only professional accountants, any profession in this country. It's a place where we get to network, meet each other, learn. And over the years, we started with the technical and hard stuff. We have transformed. We are talking to your health, your wealth, your personal development, and it's a unique opportunity due to the unique nature of speakers that we bring to this conference. It has become a place where you get knowledge and you get to play. After all the hard stuff at the time, you get to interact. It's one of the places where you're going to meet interesting performances, top comedians in the country, and meet old friends. And if you're lucky, you might even find a partner. So what is special? What is really special? What brings us here? Because one, accountants are not known to be fun people. So it's just wonderful that we can come here, and the annual seminar has created this great opportunity for us to meet and network. And I would also like to share gratitude to the many sponsors who have supported us over the years, and in no particular order, because I might not be able to memorize everyone, but I would like to take note of the Minister of Finance. That has been a great partner. And just before I delve further into the partners, of course, I must acknowledge you, the members, who have religiously contributed this thing, the first seminar like you've all had, at less than 50 people. This year, we are looking at over 1,700. So thank you to you, the members, and of course, the events management teams, the staff of the Secretariat, and back to the sponsors, Minister of Finance, National Social Security Fund has been with us for a very long time. Bank of Uganda, the many banks, and this being an election year, the Electoral Commission could not miss. We have NERA, we are renewing registration in the House, and the many banks, East African Development Bank, NCBA Bank, Centenary Bank, and many others. So this is to say thank you to all the sponsors. I may not have mentioned you by name, but we recognize you. Without your contribution, this wouldn't happen. I thank you very much.